very useful in the practical level of Vedanta. The 5 elements and their products are in our experience. But we always struggle to understand that the 5 elements are Brahman itself. We have one aspect as Satchidananda, the second is Maya with Trigunas, the third aspect are the 5 elements, and the fourth are the manifestations or the subsequent production of the 5 elements. Vedanta is not just a concept, philosophy, or system you merely believe in, or a theory you study, memorize, and preach. It is an experiential knowledge. So first, a theory is conveyed or established, and then it is logically explained for the mind to understand so that it can be experienced. It is through the thought process that we realize that what we are experiencing is with Brahman or Satchidananda. Sloka 81. An objection is raised here. In the 67th shloka, it was said that Sat, the pure existence, Swamiji has joined, Sat, the pure existence, is all-pervading, but space is not all-pervading. But here, you say space pervades air, fire, water, and earth. So there is a contradiction in your statement. Vidyaranya Swamiji wants to clarify that Sat pervades all manifestations and how Akasha is connected to other objects produced from itself. In the scientific theory, say in physics, it is said space is everywhere and all the objects are forms in space. So they start from space. We go beyond space and say there is Sat, the pure existence. The sentence space exists shows before existence of space there was no space. The presence of pure existence cannot be proved by physics or physical theories. It can only be experienced if you experience your own pure existence as Brahman. The objection is answered in the following shloka, shloka 82. Vidyaranya Swamiji says, this question is because you are confused with the pure existence and existence of space. Shloka 67 says, space as in space with its characters is not all-pervading. If you separate the existence from space, and then if you take only existence, existence is all-pervading. So the all-pervasiveness of existence is always intact and it cannot be changed. Whereas, when we say space does not pervade air, fire, water, and earth, what we mean is that the essential space-giving character or emptiness of space is the manifestation of Maya as avyakta. When we talk of the sound production nature of space, it pervades throughout air, fire, water, and earth. The grosser it gets, the more it is the effect. In air, it is not so clear. It is more clear in fire, even more clearer in water and earth. Brahman cannot produce sound. It is soundless. Sound production is coming from Maya, as it has Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and can produce innumerable manifestations from these 3 gunas in different permutations and combinations. Existence as it is always unmanifested. Then how does manifestation happen? Manifestations are of Maya, which is God's own Shakti. Evolution and dissolution happens in Maya. If you confuse pure existence with space, then there is contradiction. To establish and to explain this, we need the concept of Maya. Shloka 83. Here, the objection raised is deeper. You say that if you separate existence from space or air, the space and air becomes non-existent. According to Shlokas 67 and 68, if the existence of Brahman is removed, then what remains is Maya. Maya has 2 forms, manifested form and unmanifested form. There is no name, form, action, manifestation, or vibration without existence. If you separate names, forms from unmanifested Maya, then it is amayata. That is, if you call Maya as unreal, then if you separate unreal from Maya, then Maya becomes real. You intellectually or logically separate pure existence from space, then space is no more. Similarly, you separate the object from Maya. So when unreal is separated, then it becomes real. This is the logic used to raise the objection. Now, only from an unmanifested cause, manifest an effect can happen. Avyakta Maya is unmanifested, and space, air, etc. are its manifestations. We have to separate it and accept that manifestation is different from unmanifestation. Here, the logic used to prove is that if you separate an object from unmanifested Maya, you call it unreal. Then the manifested object becomes real. That is our experience. So, if the unreal manifestation is separated, then what remains is real, because in our theory there is no absence of Sat or pure existence. That is how all manifestations become real, is his objection. Remove Maya from manifestation, then it becomes real. This is the argument by the Purva Pakshi. The main point is that Maya is unmanifested and unreal, and the products of Maya is manifested and unreal. Theory says if unmanifestation is unreal, then manifested is also unreal. Very tricky question, which is answered in Shloka 84, which says, the reply is how you define Maya. Manifestation and unmanifestation is not the definition or essential feature or character of Maya. Avyakta or unmanifested state of cause is not Maya. We don't say clay is unreal when not in a form. Unmanifestation is a state of Maya, not Maya itself. Just as the different states of childhood, youth, adulthood, old age, waking, dreaming are states you have gone through, but these states are not you. Unreality is the essential character of Maya. You have to separate the state of Maya and its character. The character of Maya is unreality. It has immediate effects and subsequent effects. So, manifestation and unmanifestation are two states of Maya, not Maya itself. The unmanifestation is not common with Maya and its effects, but unreality is common to Maya and its effects. Therefore, the common thing in manifested Maya and its manifestations is unreality. And manifestation or unmanifestation are two states of Maya. The term prayojika means some special quality by which something is identified with or characterized by as its name and form. The essential character or special feature of an object which makes it that object is called prayojika. Over to Swamiji.
Shrutismritipurananamayam karunalayam namami bhagavatpadam Shankaram lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krito Vande Bhagavando Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmede Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Namasre Shankarananda Guru Padambujanmane Savilasa Mahamoha Grahagraseka Karmane Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Namo Narayanaya. We are discussing the Maya and its effects. And just now we heard a good review of last class. So it is well reviewed because it's like, uh, the whole discussion is much profound and technical. Like the question asked by the opponent here. So the relation of Maya, how Maya can be understood. Now, normally when we talk about Maya, the unmanifested state of Maya, that we call as Maya as Karanam and all those. Actually, in all Vedantic discussion, this Avyakta is compared to Maya, or we can say the word Avyakta, unmanifested, is like using like synonymous for Maya. So here the author want to clarify that. So he said that is not Maya. Unmanifest, what is unmanifest is not Maya. Unmanifestation, that state of unmanifestation is a state of Maya. It cannot be said as Maya itself. So then what is Maya? Maya is Nistattva Rupa. It means unreality is Maya. So wherever you see unreality at any cost, at any level, that can be said as Maya, that can be determined as Maya. So here, when we talk about manifestation, this creation, when we talk about this creation, we find basically two things. One is the existence of the creation, and the second part of creation is name and form and actions we see. So anything you take, like you take your body. So now body has existence, of course, and it has a form and it has a name as well. So now this name and form constantly changes. Name, okay, we don't change constantly, but form constantly is changing. Name, how name changes? Because in childhood, this body is called as child. And in teenage, this body is called as teenage. In youth as youth, old age as old age. Now these terms are used to know different states of that body, different manifestation, different we can say growth or decaying of the body. So it's not actually, its body is not this child or youth or old age or anything. Body has existence. That is the reality of body. And all other forms are subject to change. It's ever changing. Therefore, it can be said, it can be determined as unreal. So that is the idea here. Now, you don't have to search for Maya somewhere above heaven or above sky where Maya exists. You don't have to see Maya anywhere else. Maya is there. Maya is here with us. Maya is with this creation. So this is the idea conveyed here. So once we understand this, now you see we discuss the further points related to this. Once we understand this, what the existence of any object and the unreality of the object. Unreality, when I say, one has to remember, you all has to remember that unreality means the attributed names and forms and developments, actions. When we say actions, it's a manifestation or changes, label changes, everything is included in that. So unreality is not in connection with the existence. Unreality is separated from existence. Existence is ever real, the ultimate reality. And apart from that, when you disconnect or separate the existence from this, then comes unreality. So this is the whole idea we are discussing here. And how we can analyze it? We can analyze with 5 elements, because they are the 5 elements are the immediate cause of all manifestation whatsoever. Therefore, we take those 5 elements, that's all. Now, when we take 5 elements, again the manifestation and the combination of all 5 elements also is taken. Okay, so this is how we discuss this. Now, when existence is abstracted from an object, that object becomes unreal. It means it becomes pseudo reality. It becomes it's just for the sake of discussion, we can take the names and form. Now the question can be asked here is, now we don't take names and forms, effects, then how we are going to live, how we are going to understand this, how we are going to experience all this, or what are the experiences we have? How can we know these experiences as experiences? This is a big question asked. Because without names and forms, we have no memory of any experience. That's the problem here. So therefore, when we talk about all this, our mind works with our previous experiences only. Therefore, you say, no, what we don't know, what this Pancadashi is talking about, what this Swami is talking about. How can we separate all these existence and these things and experience something, understand something? How it's possible? So this, because our mindset is already settled and fixed with certain ideas, certain fundamental ideas. So when we think, immediately those fundamental ideas take place. So one have one cannot remove those ideas, fundamental ideas, and then think. No, this is the what we call it as a basic problem. This is a fundamental problem made by who? What is this problem is? This problem is called Maya or Avidya. When we individually say it is Avidya. When we take as mass, as universal, it's Maya. So therefore, everywhere this Maya is saying like unreality and non-existence and all those things, these words. So you don't go after words, because these words actually, they're just, they don't mean anything. When we say unreal, we have to bring real and deny it. Then what is real, what is unreal, this all is just confusing. So therefore, try to understand what these words are mean, how they are going to communicate with you. Because we don't have another word. That is why we take the word already used. We have to take all these commentaries and compare with those. So therefore, the basic idea here is we have two forms. One is existence as ultimate real, and other than that, whatever we experience is unreal. It should be put in that category. So this unreality can be said the manifestation of Maya or the reflection of Maya, the effect of Maya, all those. And in those effects, the interesting thing is, in those effects, we make different categories, like 5 elements and the manifestation of 5 elements, and like that. There are some immediate effects and some subsequent effect. And after that, also there are many other forms of manifestation. This all comes under unreality of Maya. So we call it appearing reality, or we call it seemingly real. So this is the word we use just to communicate that. Okay. So we carry this idea, and now the 85th shloka is continuing with this. Sadasattva vivekasya prastudatva sachintyatam asado vantarabheda astam tachindayatra kim. So now Vidyaranya Mahaswamiji says, you see, we are focused to a particular point. We are focused in this chapter, the discrimination of Sad and Asat. This is the central point of this chapter, or the focus of this chapter. So, Sadasattva Vivekasya Prastutatvat. Okay. So, the discrimination or determination of Sat and Asat. This is what we are prastuta. We started to think about, started to investigate. So this investigation is on. So tad chintyada. So we think about those things. That's what is Sat and what is Asat. Just now I try to put you in simple words that existence and non-existence, existence and the nama rupa and all those are called unreal, and like that. Okay, so reality and unreality, Sat and Asat. So therefore, we think about that. For time being, this is our subject. Asado avandara bheta hastam tat chindayatraki. So there are so many variation and subdivision, alternation of this Maya's effect. No, asado avandara bheda. Avandara bheda means alternative divisions or different forms, subdivisions are called avantara bheda. So the main manifestations are 5 elements, and those 5 elements have so many alternations. So now, for the time being, we are not taking that subject up. The reason is then again there will be more confusion. Our focus will be diverted. So we want to focus only on Sat and Asat. So let the other elements, other divisions, let it be there. Okay. So asado avandara bhetah astam. Tat chindaya atra kim. Because here the subject is something different. Therefore, we are not taking up those divisions and alternations of non-existence. Now, if we could understand what is existence, what is non-existence, what is real and what is unreal, that is the aim. If we could understand, we gain this knowledge, we are done. Then after that, if you want to talk about all this manifestation, there are stories you can make, thousands of you can write thousands of papers on that, and you can talk on, it never ends. Let it be there. So here the main point is this. Therefore, he is just clearing that I am not going to talk about all other alternation and manifestation of Maya. But here in this point of time, I am only taking up Sadasad Viveka. So therefore, to understand that, I take Brahman as Sat and Maya as the alternative, the unreal manifestation. And then, as we already had discussed, the Akasha, Vayu, and all those, I will continue with that, and then we'll conclude to that point what is real and what is unreal. So the foundation of Vedanta is established. Then we are equipped. Now we are qualified to go further with our profound clarity on this subject. So this is the aim of this chapter. You have seen this chapter is very, very profound, very clear in this matter. So there is no stories, no examples, nothing else. Just taking up the point and making the statements. Now, each statement is complete. Here, we are not making the statements with connected with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things together. Here, each sentence, each statement is complete in itself. So this is the beauty of this discussion. I think you could understand this because you all know better language or better understanding of this. So try to understand how these statements are made. So that is why he is again bringing up this point. I am not talking about anything else. I am only concentrating on Sadasad Viveka. Okay. Now, the next sloka is continuing with the Sadasad Viveka in connection with all the 5 elements and like that. Sadvastu Brahma Shishto Amsho Vayur Mithya Yatha Viyat Vasayitva Chiram Vayur Mithyatvam Marudatyajet. No. So you may think why we should again and again say this is mithya, this is unreal, this akasha is unreal, vayu is unreal, fire is unreal, everything unreal. No, why we should say all this? Just once you declare that other than Brahma, everything is unreal. then that is done. No, that's why we take so many shlokas and again discuss this. There is no matter of anything special. There is no matter of discussion. So let conclude with this. Brahman is Sat. We accept it. We don't object that. And other than Brahman, whatever we is unreal, we accept that. We don't object. The problem is solved. No. So then why you are taking again and discussing this? Somebody may ask this question because it comes like that. But we need to do this. Why? Because as Vidyaranya Muniji early stated, what he said was, our vasanas, our sanskaras. Now, these sanskaras, as I said, we have some fundamental conditions. We are living with that. We are born with that. We are living with that, or we are going to, I don't know, die with that. So, but before dying, we have to change it at least. No, for that we are trying to do. So this is the problem. Now, these fundamental conditionings of mind, it's a psychological problem. No? Therefore, actually in psychology, or when you go to psychiatrist or psychologist, they don't say this is a problem. You see everything as real, it's a problem. They don't say it. But according to Vedanta, we all have this problem because we have some fundamental conditioning. We live with those conditioning, and we are unable to change those conditions. And if anybody try to change that, you will object that and you will not accept that. Now, why you are not objecting? You are not objecting me, or you are not objecting Pancadashi or Vidyaranya Muni. Why? It's not that you accepted or you believe in that you completely with this. No. Because you respect Pancadashi, Vidyaranya Muni Swamiji. Oh, he's a great Swamiji, great scholar of Vedanta. Oh, he's talking about all this. He says very good, very useful. Let him talk. No, what is there? And this Swami is sitting and talking, and he is also ready to talk. Let him talk. So whatever we listen and enjoy it. Let it be there. So actually, this is the idea, and this is the communication happening between us. So this is the reality. Now, when I touch, or when the author Vidyaranya Muni Swamiji touch our fundamental conditioning, then we are struck with that. Now, why he is saying this? Why? What is the need to say that? Let the air be there, let the fire be there, let everything be there. Why we should experience moksha? Okay, we have to achieve moksha. Let other whatever it be, let it be there. Why we are talking about those? Why we are disturbing it? Now people say, when you talk about satsanga and bhakti and all japa, tapa, and all these things, people say, okay, whatever, I will follow all those with adjusting with my lifestyle, adjusting with my job and family and all the social activities. If I can do this, or I will definitely follow this. This is the idea that if you go to a doctor and doctor say, no, you see, you have this sugar problem, BP problem, this problem, that problem, sleep problem, and all these problems. So you have to change your, routine and things, the food and everything. So what one has to stop, if they say, no, you should not eat rice. No, that is what now normally everywhere it is. In olden days, in our village, our grandma and all those used to say, oh, without eating rice, how can you live? Hey, not eating rice means that man will die without eating. The food means rice. Rice is the food. So if you don't eat rice, so you are gone. You cannot leave. So this is the idea there. Now, if somebody says you stop tea, stop coffee, stop smoking, or stop drinks, if somebody says this, any doctor, anybody say, no, no. If I can adjust with some other way, alternative way we have, then that is better for me. So why we think like this? You just think about this. That is the point I wanted to clarify. Why we think about this? Because we have settled our mind with a pattern, with a lifestyle pattern. It may be from your birth or from different, with the situation or anything, family and all those. But this mindset never changes. So he wants here the author or Vidyaranya Mahaswamiji wants to break that and then give you the knowledge. So therefore, he is again and again bringing the point with whatever way he can, which can touch your heart, and break this fundamental conditioning of or this psychological thing. Just break that. Because the real and unreal, whenever we think according to our conditioned mind, and normally we see the usage of that. Usage in the sense, how can we utilize this? What benefit we get from this idea, this knowledge? This is what you are all thinking. When you study Vedanta or when you listen to anything, you think, oh, what I can get from this? What will be useful for me from this? What I can change, and how can I change? What is there in this? Actually, this basic thinking itself is wrong. You know this? Because you are seeing some usage, some benefit from this. Now, what benefit you understand? You understand the benefits because your benefits and usage is conditioned by your mind, your lifestyle, your fundamental understandings of the society and life, right? This is how you are going to get some benefit. Now, whatever we are talking, this is not in connection with those things. It says whatever you see, what benefit you are trying to get from this, that benefit itself is unreal. Why? The reason is, benefit you see only with your conditioned mind. I see my benefits. It means what you like, I don't like. So my likes and unlikes are different. Accordingly, I see my benefit. Now, even that idea of getting benefited is also broken here. It's also a false understanding. Now you see how anybody will get into this. One who is ready to experience the reality as real. Only that person can get into this study of understanding of this. All other samsarika, all other material benefits and effects, or psychologically or physiologically or socially or family or whatever, is not the effect of this. Okay. So is 86th sloka says, now as just now Vidyaranya Swamiji here stated that we are concentrating on Sad and Asat, and this Sad Vastu Brahma. Again, he is stating that we don't know how many times he already said Sad Vastu is Brahma. The whole chapter we are discussing with the Brahma. But he is not bothered about that. He is again and again he is bringing up is this point, make you understand and let it go into deeper level of your mind. So Sadvastu Brahma. Okay, what is that real? That is Brahman. Shishto Amshaha. Now, apart from that, Shishto Amshaha, Vayu. That is called Vayu. Now we are taking air because we discussed fire. Sorry, Viyat, Akasha. Now air comes. Now you see again two parts. As I said, Sadvastu, existence. Existence is real. As Brahman, we call it as Brahman. Shishto Amshaha Vayuhu. Other portion, other part of that, other than that, is Vayu. Now that Vayu, which is separate from existence, which is abstracted from existence or minus existence. So then what remains? Mithya. It cannot be real because this is unreal. This is the formula we discussed in Viyat Akasha. Right? Yatha Akasha. So just he brought that as in Akasha. We have already discussed it. You just remember that. Now you see Sadvastu existence. Okay. And Shishto Amshaha Vayuhu. And that is called Mithya. Okay. Mithya means unreal. So we already talked about unreal there. Now, what is this unreality? We just now we said that name and form and actions. And how these names and forms and actions are separated from the core existence, the Brahman. Then we can say the effect. This is called effect. Now, cause and effect theory also can be just recollected here. Cause and effect theory. The effect is nothing but cause. Cause has some forms. That's all. Names and forms. That is called cause. And cause is separated from. Cause is separated from effect, and effect cannot be separated from cause. That's the theory we have already discussed in the first chapter. Right? Now you see, Sadvastu Brahma, Shishto Amshaha Vayu. Shishto Amsham, the other part of that is Vayu. Now, all together is called Vayu. So, Vayu is equal to existence plus Vayu's names and other actions, that whatever we call it as air. Movements and the touch and all those things. Now, other than existence, what we experience is Vayu. The existence is not experienced, in the sense it is not perceived. Right? It is only understood with contemplation and applying our logic, intelligence, and doing mananam on this. With all this discussion, we have understood there is something called existence which can be understood by this logic. This is how we understood. So now we are not talking about existence. The other part of that is the effects of Maya. Okay. Other than existence. That can be said in three forms. The effect of Maya, name, and other things. First thing is, when we talk about Maya, Maya brings externality to existence. This is a very important point. You have to just catch hold on this. What I said is, we have existence which we have no direct experience in waking state. Okay. We call it as a book exists, or a chair exists, and home exists, and everything we exist. We call it exist. It is. But still we don't have the direct experience of existence. Whereas we have the experience of the object outside, which has the existence. Could you understand the difference what I am talking about? Actually, the object exists, but we are unable to perceive, we are unable to see the existence in its pure form, whereas we see the object there. So the mind works with the objects. Our psychic understanding is object only, not existence. And in that objectivity, we call that object is Maya, object is unreal, mithya. Everywhere this mithya word is used. Now we are going to use in the whole chapter with continuing with this. Okay. Now, without existence, no object. But existence is not seen or not experienced in that object. This is the problem here. It means it's the effect of Maya. What is the effect of Maya? Not experience, without experiencing the existence, we experience only object. You understand this? I will repeat the sentence again. Without experiencing, perceiving existence, the pure existence, core existence as Sat, we experience the object as Vayu, air, fire, water, and all other things. Now, if you minus this existence which is not experienced, then what would happen? The experienced object become unreal because you have removed the existence of that. This is not happening in our normal life. Okay. This is the only confusion we have in our whole life. This is called samsara. If you got this point, then today here itself you can experience the non-reality of samsara and your reality. Now you will get Brahmajnana here itself if you got this point. It's very interesting. So now what we are experiencing Maya. Okay, so how Maya makes this existence in the real existence into unreal form. It has three different external effects. First one is Maya makes the pure existence with some form as an external object. So the externality is made by Maya. Now, what is the benefit? What is the benefit of externality? What benefit we get from this externality is we can experience an object which is external. Right? It's very easy. So Maya is helping us to experience those objects. If you enjoy those objects, it's good for you. And if you are not enjoying those objects, it's bad for you. But Maya is making the non-experiential existence into experiential level by making it external. Okay, so this is one point. I think you got this point. You note down all these points and contemplate on this, because you need to contemplate on that. Then only the picture will be clear. And the second point of Maya is, now Maya made an object external. So you are able to experience it. Sometimes you enjoy it. Sometimes you get some suffering from that, or whatever. Let it be. Then the second effect of Maya is, Maya make that object independent of existence. It means the whole life you will be experiencing something. No, you will be experiencing many objects in front of you. The whole life you are experiencing. But you will never think about the core existence of that object. You will not get a chance at all unless you study this Vedanta Pancadashi, this second chapter. If you have studied this, then you will get the idea. Otherwise, no. The whole life you research, you may be a big scientist. You may do big research. But you will not find this point there. So this is another trick, another magic of Maya, that Maya makes the object independent of the existence of the cause. If you bring that existence as cause, if you take like that, then Maya makes the effect external and the effect independent of cause. No, now you see, when you eat sweet, you never think about the jaggery or the sugar added into that. You will see the sweet as laddu or halwa or whatever, I don't know. There are so many sweets. So you know all those jalebi and chocolate. Chocolate is world famous because everybody understands chocolate, what chocolate is. So these all experience, when we eat chocolate, we think that we are eating chocolate. We are not thinking this. The taste of the chocolate is made by cocoa and all the, what you say, the sugar mixture of that, or many things added into that. Actually, it is not eatable at all. So it's like that. Anyway, we do like that. So you see, now the trick, you see, you are an intelligent person, you have studied, you have doctorate, you are scientist, you know the whole world, you have so many years of experience, everything you have. But unfortunately, when you think, when you eat or when you take some object, you only see the externality of that, and you see the object independent of the original thing. For that moment, you forget everything. It is interesting. So this is the second trick of Maya. Now I am talking about the trick. Say like a big research is there behind this. I'm just putting all this point. Now, how if somebody want to understand how Maya uses these tricks, how it is producing. Our Vedanta Shastra says, our Guru says, you cannot understand Maya. We already have discussed this, Nistattvatva. Because if you say, I understood Maya, then you have not understood it. Because Maya is not understandable. It cannot be understood, not knowable. Okay, logically and things. But we can know the tricks of Maya, how it is formed, how it's making all this nuisance of our life and making of fundamental problems. So now we have discussed one is externality. It's a effect of Maya. It makes the objects external. Now you see, just for another example, interesting example, we all have this experience. We are seeing dreams. In dream, we are seeing objects. How we are experiencing objects there? We are seeing object there as external, and we know there is no external object at all. It cannot be because it is happening in our brain. It is inside our brain. It's a manifestation of brain. Brain has no connection with even with the place where you are sleeping. It is completely internal. Okay, when we are in waking state, we can say, no, we are seeing outside objects and we have this eyes and things, we are connecting it and light and all those we can see. But what about dream? There is no light, there is nothing. Everything you are seeing inside. But how you see it? You see it as outside of you. There also you are the experiencer and the objects are outside you. You are traveling somewhere, you are going somewhere, you are sitting somewhere, you are doing many things and connecting with the objects, and you are talking, you are doing everything. Now how it is made? Who made it? Psychologically, we can say it's a function of brain. No, that's what we say. So let it be the function of brain. We don't mind. We are taking the experience of that. Now the completely internal actions are made external. It's seemingly external actions. How it is made? This is because this is the effect, first effect of Maya. So it will make all the objects outside. And when we talk about problems, others' mistakes, we never find mistakes in ourselves. It's a normal tendency. Some people may think other ways, but normally we don't find mistakes in ourselves because we always see problems outside. The problem creator is also outside. The mistake is also outside. The other outside objects and outside persons, they are wrong. I am right. I am always right. No, this how it comes. This is also Maya. Because you don't know that. You are not seeing your mistakes. You cannot see your mistake because your mistakes are externalized by Maya. The Shastra says, if you are suffering, you know why you are suffering? Not because of somebody else, some other objects or some other reason. You are suffering because you have some problem. The problem is within you. Like, if somebody has some pain in his body or whatever, we physically we see, it will be clear for you. So what is the reason of that pain? That reason of pain is where? Is outside the body or inside the body? It is, of course, it is inside the body. If I have pain in my legs, my knees, it's not because of my husband or wife or anybody else. It is because it is created in my body. It is giving suffering to me. And then why you see other problems outside? It's like knee pain only. Knee pain is happening in knees, and the other problems are happening in your mind. That's the only difference. Some problems are in your mind and some problems are in your body. You know, you all studied, you're all doctors, and you know the physical problem and mental problem and social psychological problem and physiological problem. So physiological problem, the cause is within you, and then how come this psychological problem is outside you? The psychological problem is also within you. So therefore, the suffering is a psychological problem. No, so it's you have pain with the mind. So you have some problem because you have to get rid of that. You are the person. You are the cause. You are the dealer. You have to deal with that. So if you go beyond that, then there is no pain. No pain can be seen outside. Okay, so this is a long story, but why I brought this externality is an interesting effect of Maya, which is covering everything. Then second thing is independence. Maya makes the effect objects as independent compared to cause. It is outside. It makes a different. No, it makes separate. And then third point, it's adjectivity. The adjectivity means Maya makes things connected. Adjective means connection, no? I say, this is good book. Okay. So I connected this goodness with this book. Now other person say, no, this is not good book. This is a bad book. It's not useful. It's a utterly waste. So what he sees badness in this. Now the badness is connected and goodness is also connected. Now who is wrong, who is right? It cannot be decided. So this is also Maya. It means adjectivity. Here I am trying to say is adjectivity means connectivity. The connection. We make all the connections. Actually, the connection is in our mind only. There is no actual connection. Connection is just an impression in our mind. So we make so many connections always. So this connectivity is also there. Now the other point is, if you want to connect something, there must be two different things, two different ideas, two different objects. Then only you can connect, right? Now you take the pain we were talking about, because we all understand this pain easily. So you have knee pain. Okay. Now, can you say knee pain is you? No. You say it is my knees. So my knee has pain. So there is a separation between you and the pain, knee pain, right? But there is, because you don't think I am pain, I am knee pain, you don't think. So it is clear that knee pain is different from you. And now you see, if it is different from you, then how you are experiencing that, how you are suffering from that. Now what is right? The difference is right or suffering is right? So the difference that I try to say, though, I think you got the point. Difference means the pain which came to you, and you yourself who are seeing the pain, experiencing the pain. Okay, so you know this pain is different from me. Okay, that's for sure, no? So that is right. Then the second thing is you are suffering from that. Then physiologically you can say, because this knee is in my body and my body is connected to me, because the consciousness in the body is my consciousness. So I am the consciousness there in the body. So I have the this body has sensitivity, the sensational feeling through the skin and other elements. It comes to my brain. So I am feeling the pain. So that is what your answer is about this. Now you see how what process is going on there. It's a long process that you are having the pain, because pain is not connected to you. Pain is somewhere else, very far from you. Okay, so you have to catch hold of that pain, connect with that pain. So the connection you make with the brain, with the sensational things of that part of the body, the knees, and you are connecting the consciousness there, then you connect with the pain, then you have the pain. Therefore, in anesthesia, what we do, we disconnect this thing. So now you see interesting thing. Anesthesia is a very good example for this Atma and the body disconnection. So now you see pain is there. The doctors, they don't say the pain is not there. Pain is there. The pain, what is happening is there. And you are also there. You are sleeping well because of anesthesia. Now pain is there. You are there. But the connection is not there. Okay. So you are disconnected from pain. So you have no pain. Right? So now you see, if the anesthesia continue for whole life, now, so your lifelong anesthesia. I don't know. Such anesthesia is not invented, but if we have an anesthesia for whole life, then what would happen? You will not have any pain. You will live happily. Okay. So this is Vedanta. Vedanta is trying to give you an anesthesia for whole life. You can just disconnect your body, disconnect your pains, disconnect your psychology, because anesthesia can only disconnect the physical problems. So mentally we have to give another drugs and I don't know, for sleeping pills or something else. But the Vedanta is trying to give just to disconnect the pain. Let you know pain is there, but you will not care for that. Okay, because this pain and me, uh, we are different, and the pain is connected with me, and I am making the pain my adjective. So then you say it is my pain. Okay, so actually it is not your pain. Therefore, this anesthesia, what the anesthesia is doing is, anesthesia is cutting this minus, because now you have your body, but body is there, but you say no, you say no, I don't have this pain. So you are removing the pain with the support of anesthesia. So the sensational part of that, the physiologically, the sensational part of that is stopped. The sensation is stopped, or something like that we can say. You know better than me about this anesthesia thing. You can give a different lecture on that, because I have just researched on this to understand, because my guru Swamiji was so much interested to this anesthesia thing. He used to give many time this example of this anesthesia and sleeping and all those. So we did some just to understand that. But it is very simple. It's not very complicated, because one of our our guru's student, she was a doctor. She was studying with Swamiji for 2-3 years, and then she went back to work after that. So she was a anesthesia specialist. So in that time, we had so many discussion with this anesthesia thing with Swamiji, when Swamiji was there. So it was interesting for us to know. So it's how the body is separated and this sensation is connected and all these, things. So therefore, just we were talking about this. So the Sad is Brahman, and that is existence, and Shishto Amshaha. Other than that is what we call as Brahman, and other than that is names and forms, and how names and forms become other than existence, adjunct to the existence. How? Because of this externality, independence, and adjectivity of or connectivity of things. So these three effects are made by Maya. Okay. So you contemplate on these three effects. Today we could only take one shloka because the subject was like this. And then the same thing we will continue with the discussion up to the end of this chapter. Till the end, we discuss the same, more or less the same subject. Okay. So I think today it's already 9:30. We conclude with this. And in any question related to this, if you have, you can put in the group. Okay. In short, the question should be in short lines. So if you want to just clarify any points that we had discussed, you can put those questions in group because already is 9:30. So we conclude with this here. Okay. Hari Om. Thank you. Om Purnamataha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.